December started at Carlisle with the long-awaited chasing debut of Coldwell Potter. After selling for €740,000 in February early that year, people were keen to see what he'd do on first start for Paul Nicholls.
Final fence then, Coldwell Potter, a little low over that, but safely to the other side, has got a couple of lengths in hand from Ombre de Guerra, who's battling out the second spot with Grand Albert. Master Breffney back in fourth. A look behind there from the champion jockey, Harry Cobden, on the leader. He'll see that he's in command on the classy Coldwell Potter, who makes a stylish start to his chasing career. Jumped well in the main. Coldwell Potter home in front.
That's a good start. I'm glad we came here and went to Newbury on Friday. It was very competitive and he was in the deep end straight away, so he's had a nice first run.
Grade 1 action came next at Fairyhouse.
Strap yourselves in. Sam Crow's gone! Sam Crow is gone! Fakir Duderi makes up for it here. Royal Ed will preserve his undefeated record in the Bar 1 Trinmore. And it's Mighty Potter marching on and taking over fences in the Bar 1 Trinmore. With Appleshade joins an elite club in winning 3 Hampton's Race hurdles. 20 seconds as they run up to the finish. History is repeating itself in the Hampton's Race. Tingle on the outside, showing great resolve as they run up to the last 50 yards. This year is luring the cutters them off till they pass. Tingle wins back-to-back Hampton's Race.
Fairyhouse looked like it produced a cracking day of racing, and Willie DeHue, an interesting new recruit for Willie Mullins and Rich Ritchie, was warm favourite in the juvenile hurdle, but he was beaten.
It's naturally nimble and Richie Deegan turning over Willie Newell in the juvenile Messerschmitt in third.
He disappointed us a little bit last week in Punchestown, and Joseph ran him out quick again. And look, they went to go gallop today, and it probably fell apart a little bit in front of us too.
It didn't take Willie Mullins long to strike back, this time in the Royal Bond.
The final fly, 3 in the air together, and it's Totes Evader on the outside who's come to lead in the dying efforts of the Royal Bond, and it's Totes Evader and Danny Mullins who lower. Romeo Coolio and Sea of Sands from last took third.
He was coming in here with a decent rate and he had a lot of summer experience, and Romeo Coolio is obviously a very good horse, and glad to beat him today. I'm sure he'll be back for more battles in the winter, but we're quietly hopeful. One of Willie's in a Royal Bond with a bit of experience, big chances.
Next came the Drimmore, surely a tap-in for Gordon Elliott's Firefox.
Trout Park fractionally from on the inside. Firefox is trying to go by, followed in by Hartwood. Up towards the finish. Gorgeous Thomas coming off very strongly. What a finish! A thriller!
He's always been a very nice horse, a very big horse, and I suppose maybe he's taking a bit of time, I suppose, when you think about it. But look, he's a horse that everyone always liked, so it's nice to see him get his head in front of the Grade 1.
Having won on Firefox, did you think you might struggle to beat him?
Look, they're two very good horses. Firefox ran a cracker as well, so I suppose I was lucky I was on the right one today.
Attentions then turned to the big one, the Stayers hurdle winner and the Mares hurdle winner going up against each other. It was Tiupu versus Lossiemouth.
Almost back at the point at which they started. Beacon Edge leads Tiupu on the approach. Lossiemouth hit that hard. Coming towards the second last, Beacon Edge from Tiupu in the centre. On the outside is Maxim, right in behind them is Lossiemouth. Bad mistake by Maxim, and it's Tiupu who's just taken Beacon Edge, but Lossiemouth is slipstreaming on the outside. One flight left in the Bar 1 Hatton's Grace hurdle, and it's Tiupu who's come under strong driving. Lossiemouth looms on the outside, the final flight. In the air together, it's Lossiemouth who breezes past Tiupu, dual winner of the race. It is Lossiemouth easily extending winning ways on return in the Hatton's Grace.
The mistake was down to me, not her, to be honest. I wanted to just miss it, but not as much as that, to be honest. So I was happy when she missed it. She took a little blow for herself and settled into it nicely then.
She's done everything right in her career. We went for the Mares Hurl last year. At the moment, well, we were always going for the Champion Hurl this year. She's on course for that, unless something happens untoward over Christmas. or around Dublin Racing Festival, depending on where she goes. You know, she has a choice of engagements. I'll try and keep herself and Statement apart.
Coming to the final flight, and it's Washington further clear.
The Irish have made a habit of coming over to the big British festivals and dominating, but Harry Derham said no. He gave them a little taste of their own medicine with Washington.
And it is Washington going to win for Harry Derham and Paul O'Brien.
When you go into post, you think, oh God, maybe this is mad. But I just thought it made sense. The ground suited. I thought the track would be very suitable for him. Strong travelling horse. As I said earlier, it's one of those very rare times in horse racing when a plan comes off.
It was a bold call from Harry, but fair play to him for, bringing him over, and he got well paid for it.
Back to British racing, White Rhino put himself in the National Hunt Chase picture.
White Rhino and Henry Brook ridden out towards the line but come home clear. This is the last coming up then. Royal Infantry continues to have the advantage.
Harry Skelton and exciting novice Royal Infantry put them to the sword later on in the day.
And as they run towards the line, Royal Infantry quickened away at the entrance to the home straight, never looked like being caught.
There was a graded novice at Sandown.
He led by 3 lengths in the run towards the line, and Bill Joyce will win the Betfair Winter Novices Hurdle.
To be honest, just for him to win, there's a great deal of satisfaction. Doesn't really matter how he does it, but we were definitely pleased with the way that he's done it. He's a lovely horse. He's a big, strong horse, a chaser in the making, really. So anything I suppose he does now is just a bonus for the future.
It is handstands. He puts in a mighty jump there. Handstands in front by 3 lengths up the run into Welcome to Cartrees.
Ben Pauling already looked to have a nice set of novice chasers with the jukebox man winning at Newbury. Here was handstands.
It's handstands the winner from Resplendent Grey and St Davy.
Look, delighted with today. You get to these places by all sorts of means and ways, and it feels okay now.
The Grade 1 Henry VIII Novices Chase came next, and Dan Skelton's L'Heure de Sud had to fend off the Irish.
He's gone to the front, L'Heure de Sud. To in second place, Touch Me Not. They're clear from down memory lane. At the last, L'Heure de Sud. He's a bit awkward, but he's overtied 2 lengths. To in second place, Touch Me Not, trying to rally on the flat. Down memory lane is back in third, but L'Heure de Sud, driven clear, is going to complete doubles for Harry and Dan Skelton. He'll maintain his unbeaten record over fences, and he'll win the Betfair Henry VIII Novices Steeplechase. L'Heure de Sud.
He's handled this ground and he's won on it, but I think what we saw at Cheltenham, okay, maybe on numbers the opposition weren't as strong as these, but I think he probably react a bit better on the better ground. Always sort of believed in this horse. I always thought chasing would be the making of him. He's such a high cruising speed. I never thought he had an advantage over hurdles, so I think the chasing's been the making of him. Yes, I've been lucky to ride some really nice ones. He's going the right way, and I think there's a bit more to come. He's a young horse, and hopefully he's learning and getting better.
The Henry VIII wasn't the only Grade 1 on the card, with the Tingle Creek the feature, won by some real heroes of racing.
Sprinter Sacra, and Geraghty is motionless. This is a superstar of a horse.
What kind of ridiculous, unthinkable monster is this?
And now the race is on as they turn for home. Geraghty looks round again, almost with nonchalance there. And Moscow Fire wins the Tingle Creek. And now the hill has to be climbed for Cordo Star. Cordo Star has to be shaken up again. Cordo Star's going to hold on.
And Sire Grugy showing some of his old zest.
He said the horse is gone. Sire Grugy has come back to form.
Two more legends here. Altior and Anderson, who's got no win yet. Now up the hill. What can they find? Altior wins the Tingle Creek.
Altior is one of the best steeplechasers you are ever likely to see.
And this time they're off and racing for the Grade 1 Betfair Tingle Creek Chase, just under 2 miles, 13 fences. Head towards 3 from home, the pond fence. John Bon just ahead of Quilixios in second. JPR1 in third. Solness driven is the back marker of the 4, and Nico now sends John Bon on, and he goes on by 2 lengths to the roar of the crowd. It's John Bon opening up to Quilixios in second. 2 out, John Bon. He's okay, 3 lengths clear to Quilixios, and then JPR1. They head down to the 13th and final fence in the Tingle Creek, and John Bon is clear by 4 lengths to Quilixios in second place. Here's the last for John Bon. He jumps it well. Quilixios in second, JPR one back in third. It's John Bon. He's got his favourite hill to climb. He's out in front by 5 lengths to Quilixios, and John Bon is going to win this race again. A 4th success in the race for Nicky Henderson, and a 3rd for Nico de Boinville. John Bon wins the Betfair Tingle Creek in great style.
Robin, who looks after him, said he was very relaxed in the stables. So yeah, he's getting there. He really is. He's a finished article now.
Well, I wouldn't swap him, but we've got opposition to come from overseas, I'm sure, and I'm sure there are horses in England as well. But we've got to get ready for the invasion, and it would be interesting to see Energenine tomorrow. He's on the comeback, and whatever Willie or all of them can fire at us, it's going to be it'll be interesting.
Success for John Bon in the Tingle Creek, but could Energemine send a message back the very next day?
Energumen from Banbridge, gone away from in 3rd place. Dino Blue and then Appreciated. Energumen hasn't put it to bed yet on the far side. Banbridge, Energumen over the last. Banbridge has lost McKinney and simplifying the task for dual winner Energumen, who's making up for lost time as he wins his 3rd Healyway for Poultown and then Willie Mullins.
I didn't feel we had to put it to bed because Banbridge is a good horse and he was, coming nicely. It was just hard luck on him. I think that he unseated, but he ran a great race. I'm sure Ronnie Bartlett will be delighted with his run too. But Paul thought he had plenty in hand, but I don't know. Paul didn't look behind to see what was coming or if there was indeed anything coming, but he felt he was going well enough.
At the last, it's Jello, steadied up and over, and is still 8 clear.
Venetia Williams was enjoying a fine season, and Jello just added to the party in the Peterborough Chase.
Deutsch Motionless is going to be a most impressive winner of the Truster Trader Peterborough Chase. Jello absolutely bolted up.
Grade 1 winning novice hurdler Dancing City made his chasing debut.
It is Dancing City from Shannon Royale, who's having a go late on, but Dancing City will see it out by 1.5 lengths to Shannon Royale.
For the same connections, Kits Boohal made his Irish debut.
And it is Kits Boohal making all in the Members Club 2025 hurdle, 4-timer for Willie Mullins and a person hat-trick for Paul Townend.
And on the right now, Skelton is making smooth progress, and Country Mile, and That's Nice hasn't picked up.
Then Cheltenham's December meeting came, and you'll struggle to find an easier winner at the home of racing.
3 and a line, Country Mile jumps on from Wingmen. Palacio now has nothing more to offer. That's Nice, most disappointing, well held back in 4th, and Country Mile is simply sauntering up the Cheltenham Hill for an emphatic success to win for the 2nd time over hurdles for Harry and Dan Skelton. Harry went to 100 for the season yesterday. He didn't linger long on that number.
He's obviously got a fairly lofty rating. We thought that was stiff enough, probably at Haydock, but
handicapper might have been right.
99.9% of the time he is. Yeah, it was quite nice to see that he rated him so highly. So whether he's up to Supremes, that remains to be seen. But we've got plenty of options, that's for sure.
Between the final 2 fences, de Boinville shakes up Django Bay.
It was unlike Nicky Henderson to send a novice chaser on their first start to Cheltenham, but Django Bay produced the goods.
Springwell Bay is staying on determinedly, but Django Bay is running on powerfully all the way to the line, and this Grade 1 winning hurdler could be a class act over fences. He makes a winning chasing debut.
He went straight down and tackled those first 3 fences, and we were actually intending to drop him in a bit, but he wasn't having any of that.
Keith Donoghue nearly got caught out in the cross country.
Stumptown in the dark green, and Keith Donoghue are moving up in pursuit of the leading pair. Mr. Coffee back in 4th. Here's the last. Escaria 10 from Late Night Pass and Stumptown. Mr. Coffee in 4th is staying on up the hill. Late Night Pass being challenged by Stumptown. Escaria 10 fighting on. Mr. Coffee joining in as well. Stumptown noses to the front. Mr. Coffee the final challenger. Stumptown ridden out to make sure. Stumptown wins the Glenfarclas Bristol Cup.
Did you know Nico de Boinville was there?
Yeah, I could see the big screen. Yeah, I knew my lad wasn't doing much, so I just had to give him one little flick and he picked up again. But I knew he was there, yeah.
There was lots of hype around Kel Histoire making his hurdles debut for Willie Mullins and JP McManus. Did he live up to the promise?
Histoire edging on by a length.
Jumped it well, goes on from Dream Diamond second, a long way clear of Hello Jack, less than 100 yards to race. Kellis forward, a windy opener for Willie Mullins, JP McManus and Mark Walsh.
Away to the left, Galopin making an effort. They're closing in on their second last. And Madara now comes to have a crack at Gemeron. They collide in the air. Gemeron came away from it the quicker.
Back at Cheltenham, it was the December Gold Cup. And Jimerand made sure Venetia Williams' fine run of form continued.
They settle down to fight it out up the hill. Fugitive is back in third. Madara got up sides, hasn't got past. Gemeron is digging in. It's another Super Saturday for Venetia Williams and Charlie Deutsch. Gemeron wins the Night Timber December Gold Cup over Madara.
Last season was a non-event. He got a very nasty overreach, and there was a horrible bug infection there which took ages to get on top of. So last season really was a non-event, you know, if this was sort of adding on to his previous season, it would have been a natural progression. But you know, some of these horses take a long time. It's important never to lose faith.
Liberty Hunter put it all together and put in a very fine performance, possibly one for Grady Company next time.
Harry Compton at the double, a successful return for Liberty Hunter.
He's going to have to go up and grade at some point, and the horses behind him are only handicappers, aren't they? You know, when you run against John Bon, you're another level again, and he'll have to improve. But where'd you go with him? He's going to be a great handicapper, and he's going to find his level, isn't he? Yeah. He's a proper Grade 2 horse.
It was time for Triumph Hurdle winner Majborough's chasing debut.
Final fence, it's Majborough over. Jumped it better than Tully Hill, and down is Western Fold, and on the run in, it is Majborough. Majborough is pulling clear from Tully Hill and Asian Master as Majborough wins his first venture over fences. Impresses to boot.
It's very good. A few little novice mistakes which I wouldn't mind that first run. He had to do it the hard way in front, but when Paul came to him, we were fairly motoring over the last two, and he was good and quick and slick at them, so yeah, couldn't be happier.
It's not often that you see Patrick Mullins without a ride for Willie Mullins in a listed bumper, but he's still got the job done on one of Gordon's.
On the rail, it's heads up, tackled by both Calypso's Chance, who's quickening up on the outside of Classical Creek, inside the final 200 yards, and it is Calypso's Chance who's drawing away in a handful of strides from heads up and Classical Creek. It's Calypso's Chance who proves to be the one for Jigginstown and Gordon Elliott.
Over at Ludlow, the Kemble Brewery was expected to win, but it wasn't to be.
Here's the final hurdle. Meet Me by the Sea maybe landed ahead this time from the Kemble Brewery on the right. They've cleared away from Dr. Love, and it's Meet Me by the Sea getting the better of the Kemble Brewery on the run to the line. Meet Me by the Sea and Callum Pritchard, 2 out of 2 over hurdles, and sees off the Kemble Brewery.
He's backing off his hurdles a little bit early on. Give him a squeeze down and he put down and pop away. But when we got racing and I needed him, he was absolutely brilliant. So having that point experience under his belt probably helps for situations like those as well.
The thought of Christmas Day was getting too much for Nick Luck.
Now we're off to Thirsk for the first of their 7 races today.
Thurles,
The Maloney
Nick.
Cup.
We're on the jumps.
And I beg
Just to remind you, we're on the jumps. Thurles,
Did I say
not
Thirsk?
I'm sorry.
We're off to Thurles. Let's have a look at the runners in the paddock for the opener. Here's Kevin.
The 26th of December was upon us. The Stars were out in force at Kempton on what promised to be a vintage King George. Sublime Racing in store. The first Grade 1 of the day was the Courtauld Star Novices Chase, where the Jukebox Man was warm favourite after winning a Grade 2 on chasing debut at Newbury on his first start. Could he stay 3 miles? He had Highland to beat.
Here's 2 out, going into it. It is now the Jukebox Man who quickened into it and now jumps into the lead. Highland switches towards the near side, a furlong to go, 1 fence to take. The Jukebox Man is at it. The Jukebox Man by over 2 lengths to Highland in second. Massachusetts well held in third, racing up towards the line. It is the Jukebox Man who romps home to win the Ladbrokes Courtauld Star.
It's been a long time since we had a Grade 1. I think Willoughby Court was our last one, and yeah, they're hard to come by to get these horses at this level, and I always believe it's all right to have one that potentially could be, but actually proved to be, is the next level. So we're chuffed to pieces. I'm thrilled for everyone at home. It's been a huge team effort. I've got a brilliantly loyal team and a great bunch of owners, so hopefully we can crack on again. But it's been a good few years, but this is really the icing on the cake.
It took a while, but we got there. Constitution Hill returned against Lossiemouth.
Lossiemouth tries to latch herself now onto the hills, the leading duo, down towards the final quarter mile. Constitution Hill moves up on the outside of Burnett Road. Constitution Hill takes the lead. Burnett Road tries to go with him. Lossiemouth now, it's flat to the board towards the near side, back in third. Constitution Hill has the lead as he comes down towards the final flight. Constitution Hill over in front by a length and a half to 2. Lossiemouth in second, a mistake in third by Burnett Road. Constitution Hill is back, and he's the first ever 3 times winner of a Ladbrokes Christmas Hurdle. Constitution Hill.
It's been fantastic. I mean, in years gone by, sometimes Kempton can be said to be a bit quiet, you know. It certainly wasn't today.
We've never doubted the horse, and it's not as if he's had any dramatic injury or anything. He's just had a rotten bit of bad luck over the year. Yeah, it is. It's very special. I mean, Michael's been a great friend and supporter of ours for just forever. And as I say, the guys that, you know, back us all up at home, they're irreplaceable. And, you know, it's great for them, and it's great for Seven Barrows. We're a team.
Next came the feature on the 26th, the King George VI Chase. Spillan's Tower was your short price favourite, but surely Il Francais can't get beat from there.
Il Francais is the one they've got to go and peg back. His leaders open up again to 10 lengths, and here's the third from home in the King George. Il Francais again away and clear. Banbridge is the one who is picking up really well in second, and now he is in hot and persistent pursuit of Il Francais down towards the second last. Il Francais again big and bold, but his lead is down to 4 lengths over Banbridge in second. 6 lengths back to in third, Long Presse down towards the final fence in the Ladbrokes King George. Il Francais has got the lead. Il Francais, Banbridge out-jumps him towards the outside, and it's Banbridge of Paul Townend who now swoop and take the lead, and it will be Banbridge in the King George. Banbridge wins the Ladbrokes King George.
It's a huge race to win. I haven't had many goes at it. It was only my second go at it, so it's nice to get it off the list.
To have a horse running in the King George is so special, but to win it is really a dream. A special ride by Paul and a special win today. And also, you know, it's a big team effort. We have a fantastic team of people at home, and I'm very proud of everyone.
Grade 1 action also at Aintree, and a Grade 1 for Nigel Twiston Davies. And no, this isn't a replay of the Snowman, this is the Formby Novice Hurdle.
They are clear of the remainder. They're running now inside the last 100 yards. Sam Twiston Davies on Potter's Charm will win the William Hill Formby.
And Ballyburn the first one now to be asked by Paul Townend, and St Gino attacks the third from home. His lead's opened up.
After Constitution Hill's devastating display in the Christmas Hurdle, Sir Gino was sent chasing, and after winning the Grade 1 Fighting Fifth the month prior, expectations were high.
Sergino, quick and economical over it to Ballyburn, who shifted just slightly away to his left over it. Rubo still going in third, so too is Brookie, but it is Sergino setting his sights on the final fence. Sergino is over and clear. Ballyburn a bad mistake in second, but he's well beaten at the time. Sergino coming home, an exemplary round of jumping on his first start over fences. Sergino remains unbeaten.
It all clicked, and he was so quick back on the ground after taking off that he was just taking lengths in the air. So yeah, delighted with him, and we knew he had the engine. It was just a case of whether he could put it all together.
One of the most devastating chasing debuts you are likely to see. Sergino puts it all together and wins very well, but we are missing the Irish racing over Christmas. Leopardstown, Limerick, it had the lot.
It is Kopek the board and Patrick Mullins. Hello neighbour on the inside from Lady Vega Lane. It is close between them. Croke Park was coming on the outside, better days ahead. At the line, Croke Park, better days ahead. They dip their heads together. Ain't only by a half length. And it is Saltness still maintaining a useful looking advantage from Gaelic Warrior and Marine National. Joseph O'Brien again in the big time. Romeo Coolio over the last. Crashed through it, but 4 clear from Ludlow. It is Romeo Coolio clear. And it's Percy Van der Gelder produced by Mark Walsh. There is a big chase ahead. Percy Van der Gelder pulls away with a penny power. And it's home by the lead on his way to winning a second Savile Stairs hurdle for the men for the big occasion. JJ Slevin and Joseph O'Brien. Galopin Deschamps pressurising them from the front. From back to fine as they approach the final fence in a Willie Mullins showdown. It is Galopin Deschamps from back to fine, who's trying to deliver a run over on the far side. These two up to run in. It is Galopin Deschamps holding off back to fine. He's unbeatable over fences here at Leopardstown. Repeats of his chases from Paul Turner, who's over the moon. Rachel Blackmore is back among the winners for the first time since September. July Flower wins well. It's brighter days ahead and Sam Ewing a long way clear. Over the final flight goes brighter days ahead. This couldn't be any more impressive. It is brighter days ahead, upholding the Morgiana form in the Grade 1 Neville Hotel's hurdle. 1 horse finish. It's the mare. Brighter days ahead.
Over at Limerick, the Forheen Novices Chase was the last time we'd see Daryl Jacob in the winner's enclosure, who announced his retirement shortly after.
And Fairyhouse takes over the last, lands in front with a good jump from Search for Glory in second, Jones running on it, but it's Fairyhouse who's streaking clear and going on by some 3 to 4 lengths.
Bowing out, winning a Grade 1 aboard in Pere Pass, who puts a finish on what was a glorious career for Daryl Jacob.
They're racing down towards the final flight. Zarkandar now has taken the lead for Daryl Jacob, and up to the line it is Zarkandar who is going to win the Triumph Hurdle.
They got less than 100 yards to go. Il Atlantic. Reed and Tommy Wrong is going to line the orders up. Next Grade 1 Novice.
Sunny Hill Boy with Neptune Gallant on the outside, bearing down, racing towards the line. Sunny Hill Boy and Neptune Gallant in a head-bobbing, pulsating finish to the Grand National.
As the Merseyside marvel, Bristol today remains unbeaten at Haydock, and it's back-to-back wins in the bet there, Chase, as Jacob punches the air.
And Fairyhouse takes over the last, lands in front with a good jump. Willie Mullins going to break his Grade 1 duck for the week as Fairyhouse and Daryl Jacob win the Forheen.